All right, Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shah. I'm going to be reading a few chapters, out of Psalms, and I'm going to go to grab some precepts on it. But I'm going to grab Psalm 37 and 73 first. And this video is going to be touching on, it's going to be helpful for those, Lord willing, who is dealing with envy of the wicked or vexation of the wicked, because us that's in this faith, we have to suffer for righteousness' sake. We have to suffer our flesh. Um, we have to suffer being in Babylon or anywhere you are. In this faith, you have to suffer wherever you are, but especially in Babylon. Due to all the wickedness that's going on. But you look around and it appears as if the wicked is prospering. They receive benefits. It look like they have an easy life. It look like they just careless. They don't have to fight against anything. There's no battle within them because they already choosing who they're serving, so they don't have to battle anything. But this is Psalms chapter 37, and hopefully, this helps somebody that's watching this video. I'm gonna read the title. It says, "Security of those who trust in the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah." And those that don't know, Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shah is the name of his son, the world called Jesus. But in the Paleo Hebrew, those will be the original and true names. But going to verse 1 says, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb." And another thing I want to touch on is something David was going through. So, you know, uh, it's normal to feel this way sometimes. It gotta vex you, because you look around, it's like, dang, we trying to serve the Lord, and these people, they don't care, and they just living it up. They, they don't have to go through nothing. They look like they getting benefits from it and things like this. But that's part of the battle. So it's why we gotta read certain scriptures, because there's accounts in the Bible that um can relate to how we're feeling. These scriptures are written for our learning, as it says in the New Testament. So it says, "Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed." And that's another thing right there too. Going on to other scriptures like Job, Isaiah, and things like that. The prophecies, when time comes, when the famine comes and the tribulation comes, the Lord is going to provide for those that have trusted in Him and have been patient and served Him. But for the wicked, they're not going to get those benefits from the Lord. They're not going to get those provisions because they didn't, you know, uh, suffer for righteousness' sake. Right? They didn't trust in the Lord. They didn't care to serve Him. So they're not going to get those benefits from Him. All right. It says, "Delight thyself also in the Lord Yahweh, and He shall give thee the desires of thy heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. And He shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for Him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger, and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth." And another thing we have to remember too, us as serving the Lord, He looks at us as sons. So if you do decide to be wicked, He's gonna judge you. He's gonna he may it seem like He's ignoring the other people because He don't really, they're not His. But if you decide to live like them, man, it's gonna be some consequences to that. So the things that these people are doing, uh us in the faith can't get away with it. Neither will they get away with it either. But our judgment can come quicker. Our judgment can be more harsh because we know to do better. But these people in it will be way worse, because the Lord can have mercy on us, but those that don't care about Him, it's not really a good chance that they will receive mercy. All right. It says, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be yet. Thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow, to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. And going through our day to day life, sometimes you can see that some people target us. It's spirits out here that they wanna vex you. Uh, they want to bother you and things like this. They want to try you and stuff. It's all a test of the Lord, but it's also those spirits being aggravated. Because they know that you serve the Lord. It's a spiritual battle. So their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time. In the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, and to smoke shall they consume away. The wicked borrow, and pay it not again, but the righteous soweth mercy and giveth. For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholding him with his hand. So that's going into what I was saying, the mercy. It's just like a just man falls 7 times, but rises up again, but the wicked fall into mischief. As Proverbs say, uh, I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Now going back to 24 too, another thing too, for those that's in the faith, that's in the walk, you may look at other people in this faith or whoever it is, and they may put on the front like they don't battle with certain things or they don't fall or things like that, which is total BS, and usually those people that act like they don't go through nothing, they don't battle anything. It might be they might be some of the worst people behind closed doors. It's just like the Pharisees Yahushua had to deal with, the wicked Pharisees Yahushua had to deal with. They appeared like they these super righteous people, but whole time they was wicked. So, if you in his faith and sometimes you fall, you battle with things, you struggle with things, you just gotta keep getting back up, and calling on the Lord, praying, repenting, and being patient. You know, like Apostle Paul said, when he is weak, he is strong because Yahweh Shai. All right. So we can't do this stuff by ourselves. It's gonna be time we fall because that's how the Lord gets glorified. So don't feel like you the only one dealing with things and you the only one struggling and things like that. Sometimes your faith may be down, you just gotta catch that and call on the Lord and you know, uh Lord willing he help you back up, you know, or whatever else you deal with, so uh 25. I have been young and now I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous shall inherit the land, and dwell therein forever. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of his God is in his heart, none of his steps shall slide. The wicked watcheth the righteous, and seeketh to slay him. The Lord will not leave, the Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord, and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I saw him, but he could not be found. Mark the perfect man, And behold, the upright, the end of that man is peace. But the transgressor shall be the transgressors, so like the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous of the Lord, he is their strength in the time of trouble. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust him. So, you know, the analogy I can think of, is like, say, someone's procrastinating on something, right? They have an assignment they have to do, and they're like, "Oh, I'll do it later." They keep putting off, "Oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later." And then due date come up, and they're not prepared. They don't have nothing. Then they try to rush and get everything done, and they don't finish. It's too late for them, or the results or the work comes out like trash. It made me think of the lot that these people are in. They're putting off day to day, or they not even trying, but they don't even have it in their mind to serve the Lord. But it's gonna come a day where the teacher has to judge, and they won't get a good grade. And they'll be judged. Destroyed. All right. So it's the people that they careless. They doing whatever they want. They putting off. You know, uh, Procrastination never ends good. I had that problem with certain stuff when I was a child. I procrastinate certain things, and then I got older. I, I actually hate it now. I'd rather get things out the way so I don't have to worry about it later. I don't like rushing stuff. I don't like, so that's that makes me think about that. So Psalms 73 says the end of the wicked. So like the end of the wicked contrasted with that of the righteous. All right. So it says, truly Yahweh is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well not slipped, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. And going back to, what King David's talking about right now. All right. So these people, you know, it made me think of when Yahweh Shai was fasting and Satan came to tempt him, and he gave him an offer. He said, I give you, your desire, I give you all of this, the kingdoms and this and this and that. These people took that already. And this is why they prosper in their wickedness, because they sold they sold out, and I be telling people, selling your soul don't have to be you standing in the middle of a pentagram, some candles lit, and you got these black hoodies on, and you just doing these chants. No, you can sell out by just not serving the Lord, choosing to serve Satan, or just you serving yourself as serve Satan. You being a Satanist like that, you just doing your own desires and your own will. That's also selling out. That you just choosing to live according, not according. You just choosing to live uh against the Lord and selling out. All right. Says their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouths against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doth God know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily, and you gotta just think about how so-called white man or Edom got their riches. They got their riches by wickedness, and how that system run today, oppressing the poor, even oppressing their own people, stealing, robbing, killing. They got their riches by wickedness, and they was able to pass this throughout their generations. So even the people that's prospering, benefiting off of those riches today, they're being wicked just for that, you know. And then the people look down on the poor today and be like, oh, why you don't have this? Why you don't have that? But they never look at how these people got their riches and how they was able to give off this inheritance and have this big head start against everybody and even other nations that oppress our people. All right, so verily I've cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in innocence. For all the day, for all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning. If I say I will speak thus, behold, I shall offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me, until I went into the sanctuary of Yahweh Shem Shai, then understood I their end. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation? As in a moment. They are utterly consumed with terrors. And that's how their destruction going to be. It's going to be in a moment, when they least expect it. All right. It says, verse 20, as a dream when one awaketh, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Thus my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my reins. So foolish was I, and ignorant. I was as a beast before thee. Nevertheless, I am continually with thee. Thou hast holden me by my right hand. Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterward receive me to glory. Whom have I in heaven but thee? And there is none upon earth that I desire beside thee. My flesh and my heart fail it, but Yahweh is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. For lo, they that are far from thee shall perish. Thou hast destroyed all them that go a horn from thee. But it is good for me to draw near to Yahweh Shem Shah. I have put my trust in the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah, and I may declare all thy works. Now, I'm gonna grab from the Apocrypha because it's key scripture that made me think of this. Um, Second Esdras chapter 9, going into prophecy. He answered me then, it said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shall I well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right. It says, for like as all that is made in the world hath the beginning and an end, the end in the end is manifest. Even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape of his works by his works. So let me read that again. Verse 7. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. All right. Because everything is predestined from the Lord. The Lord has his own script. He's written this whole story out. He knows how everything's gonna go. He knows how everything's gonna play out. All right. He's the author of this. He's the creator. Verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, who the world is, and from whom the world is created. All right. So I'm gonna close out with that, giving all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah once again. Lord willing, this was edifying and helpful to someone, you know. Shalom.